How many times have you been pregnant?
3.
This is your 3rd pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home? You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due
I
date is
just
the
said
10th.
it was the 10th.
I think her due date is the 10th.
She had 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
There are new developments tonight after a viral video of a pregnant woman in labor at a Mesquite hospital became public.
Dallas Regional Medical Center officials tell Fox 4 a staff member captured on video at her computer as the pregnant woman screamed in agony is now off the job. The hospital says it's also training employees to recognize signs of imminent delivery.
My vehicle wasn't an ambulance. She told me that space was for ambulance only. So we could hear my daughter in the car, and I said my daughter's in active labor. Her labor is now 2 minutes apart. Her contractions, her water bag already broke. Her water broke. And she continued to direct me to the front of the hospital. She then walked away from me and went back into the building. So I had to get back in my car, drive my daughter to the front.
All right, what's up with it, y'all? So look, I'm back again with another video right now. Look, I got some good news for those who have compassion and care about this situation that took place at the Dallas Regional Medical Center in Mesquite, Texas. Now look, if you don't know what's going on or don't recall, I will give you a brief synopsis, but I also will probably post the original video at the very end of this so you can get caught up to date if you don't know what's going on, but I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all do. But basically, it was a nurse who was ignoring basically the needs of a pregnant mother who was in active labor. She was about to give birth to her beautiful baby, right? Now, in the midst of all of that, she was being a weird, funky fucker. She was sitting back asking questions while the mother was in active labor. I keep on saying active labor for multiple reasons, but I couldn't even talk, boy. I want to say so much, but I'm saying that because some people don't actually understand it, I guess. She was finna give birth. So yes, everybody has the right to be mad and upset because she could have easily lost her life or anything, you know, like that, for not receiving the proper care that she deserved, right? So LaCrista Vaughn, that's the nurse's name, and I hate having to call her a nurse. I'm gonna call her Funky Fucker from right now. The Funky Fucker sat back and was just basically being nonchalant. She didn't have no sense of emergency. She just lacked compassion, in my personal opinion. Now, at the time, a lot of people were saying that this young lady, okay, I'm calling her everything else that I shouldn't be calling her. They were saying that the Funky Fucker did not get fired. They were saying that she did get fired. They were saying she didn't get fired, but it took a snowball effect on TikTok. A lot of people were putting out a false narrative saying that she was fired at the time. At the time, she wasn't fired. And I made a video about that too as well, basically letting y'all know that it was an investigation going on. There were people that were allegedly working there stating that she wasn't fired as well also. They just said she was on like a leave right now, a paid leave. They don't know exactly, but they know she wasn't fired, right? Now, come to find out within the past couple of days, she has lost her job. I don't know if she was fired or if she resigned. The news also said that as well too, but anyway it goes, she lost her job personally because, and I'm saying personally because that's my personal opinion, but I feel like that, you know, she was gonna get fired regardless. They give you an ultimatum sometimes to go ahead and resign versus getting fired. And I think that's what she did in this case. But anyway it goes, she wasn't gonna keep this job. Now the mother did a full interview, and I got the interview in this video right here at the end, just breaking down every single thing that was going on. She talked in detail and everything. So I'm gonna let y'all watch that too as well. But we're gonna watch what the news has to say about the things that has happened right now. When she did speak, this was, I think, before she got fired, when the mother spoke. But I just want to send them some love, some healing energy, you know what I'm saying? And just hope that y'all get some compensation. Hope that y'all can get this, you know, escalated to the highest of highest powers to make sure that this really doesn't, you know, happen to someone else at that hospital. It's sad and unfortunate how many people are talking about how black women are being treated in the hospitals, and it's also sad about the people, I say sad about it, it's also sad to see people saying, it's not black people going through this and shit like that, bro. I don't really be on the race shit like that on my channel, bro, but it's obvious what the hell is going on, bro. Come on now, we're gonna keep it real over here. I may lose some subscribers and shit like that for speaking my mind, but if you know me, you know I don't give a damn. But let's go ahead and get into these updates, and we're gonna talk about everything as the video progresses. Let's go.
There are new developments tonight after a viral video of a pregnant woman in labor at a Mesquite hospital became public.
Dallas Regional Medical Center officials tell Fox 4 a staff member captured on video at her computer as the pregnant woman screamed in agony is now off the job. The hospital says it's also training employees to recognize signs of imminent delivery, as well as training on empathy and compassionate care. So this comes shortly after lawyers for the woman sent the hospital a letter demanding a meeting. Fox 4's David Centendry spoke to the attorney and has more on the hospital investigation.
By now, you might have seen the viral video. A mother, Kiara Jones, in painful, active labor at Dallas Regional Medical Center in Mesquite on November 11th, while a hospital staffer sits at a computer nearby.
It's clear that she's in a great deal of pain and that she is in the end stages of labor, that she's going to have a baby imminently.
Attorney Sarah Reich now represents Jones.
She ends up delivering in the waiting room of the hospital because they refuse to provide her with medical care, even though she is clearly experiencing an emergent medical event.
Last Wednesday, Reich's law firm sent a letter to Dallas Regional Medical Center's CEO, Chief Nursing Officer, and General Counsel asking for a meeting.
We're seeking answers.
Reich says no one has responded to the letter.
Why did this happen? Why was she left in the reception area and not treated when she was clearly in active labor? What is the hospital doing to make changes? How are they going to avoid this happening in the future?
Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Jones's mother recorded the video. The post of the recording claims Jones waited more than 30 minutes, and her son was born 12 minutes after what's seen on video.
I bet y'all listen next time.
I bet they will too.
At one point, Jones can no longer sit still because of labor pain.
Doctors.
It's sad, bro.
And they refuse to admit her.
So Jones and her son are now home from the hospital. And after that video of theirs went viral, 2 Texas state lawmakers met with Mesquite city leaders, as well as hospital administration and staff, in an effort to get some answers. As for Jones's legal team, they're hoping this story sparks some sort of law change. They're also trying to get monetary relief for their client, but at this point in time, a civil lawsuit has not been filed.
The wellness of mothers and babies is something everyone should care about.
Facts.
And we're seeking accountability, we're seeking justice, we're seeking change.
Reporting, David Centendry, Fox 4 News.
And one thing that I keep on saying, and I'm going to continue saying, is that I love how the mother was emotionally intelligent. A lot of different people would have slapped fire out of that woman for playing games like that. I'm talking about slapping skin off her back. And everything I'm saying is allegedly. I'm not promoting violence or anything like that, but I'm just saying, I'm speaking, hypothetically. If it was somebody else, it would have been probably, a way worse outcome than what she did get, as far as like losing a job, whatever the case may be. But to sit back and watch your child be in pain and agony like this, and somebody not willing to help, gotta be some of the most aggravating things that could ever happen. Her blood was boiling seeing this right here, bro, because it made me mad and upset. So you watch this baby from a baby to an adult, and you witnessing her being treated like this, gotta be some of the most unbearable things to have to deal with mentally and spiritually. But I got one more update before she actually does her full interview about the situation. Now, I do want to say that woman, LaCrystal Vaughn, if she did resign, she can easily probably go somewhere else and get another job. You feel me? That's one thing about it. I would prefer her to not have a license, not having these certifications, not having any type of, way to get back into the medical field whatsoever. She doesn't deserve it. She's not compassionate enough. She needs to be held accountable in so many other different ways. I wish it was a way they can implement the same type of pain that she felt on her, so she can see how it felt. Not promoting violence or wishing anything bad upon her. But y'all know what I'm saying when I say what I say. But yeah, let's get back into it. I just hate that she went through this shit. Let's go.
We are following the newest update on a hospital in Mesquite facing controversy. The family shared this video saying a mother was in labor and that her care was delayed. Tonight, Brittany Moncrief updates us on the changes underway at the Dallas Regional Medical Center.
What drew worldwide attention
When's your due date?
right now has sharpened the focus on health disparities. On November 10th, Kashina Manuel took these videos of her daughter, Kiara Jones, in labor at Dallas Regional Medical Center, while an ER triage nurse asked about her medical history. Manuel accuses the hospital of delaying care for her daughter, who she says gave birth just minutes after being taken to labor and delivery. In a statement Wednesday, Dallas Regional Medical Center said, "The individual shown in the video did not reflect our values or uphold our standards and is no longer employed at Dallas Regional Medical Center." As of now, it is unclear if the nurse was fired or if she resigned. Lawyers representing the patient, Kiara, says they've tried to schedule an in-person meeting with Dallas Regional. They even said Kiara has already agreed to sign any necessary authorization for the hospital to speak freely and publicly. However, they said as of December 2nd, the hospital has not responded. A letter from Kiara's lawyers to the hospital states, Ms. Kiara Jones' experience during admission, labor, and delivery raises profound and disturbing concerns about Dallas Regional's policies, practices, staff training, and culture with respect to obstetric care, particularly for women of color. They are calling on the hospital to explain what happened, explain policies, training, and culture, take immediate corrective actions, provide redress for Kiara, and for transparency and collaboration. Wednesday, Dallas Regional said, "We have initiated training in recognizing the signs of imminent delivery, empathy, and compassionate care, as well as bias training for our staff and caregivers to ensure our values are upheld in every encounter." Well, we've been in contact with the nurse's family and her attorney, who say they have to be careful of HIPAA violations before giving any comment. We've also been in contact with Texas Representative Linda Garcia's office, who held a meeting with Representative Retta Bowers, Mesquite's mayor, and the hospital CEO. And we're told there will be a follow-up meeting soon.
Okay.
When we open the doors.
This is the interview. I'm gonna let y'all watch this. We're gonna talk about this in the comment section. But I do want to say I hope that they can receive the compensation they deserve, because they deserve compensation. I wish the nurse, that funky fucker, could get charged criminally for doing this right here. And yeah, man, I just want to send y'all some healing energy and some love y'all way. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm gonna let y'all watch this. We're gonna talk about this in the comment section, and they better go ahead and settle out with these people before it go further than what it need to, because they can mess around and get somebody a couple million versus giving them a couple hundred. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm out of here. We're gonna talk in the comments.
When we opened the door, she was on all fours.
When's your due date?
right now.
And she was screaming.
Is your due date?
She's still arching, and she was like, my baby, you know, is here.
Just walk me through everything that happened from the time your daughter Kiara went into labor and you go into the hospital.
Her water broke. So we got in the car. I took her because I was going to be in the delivery room with her. So on our way, you know, pains was hitting her. She went from 4 minutes to the car ride 2 minutes apart. So we're timing them. On the phone with my daughter, she was on the phone with the hospital. They was aware that we was on the way. So once we pulled up, I had my blankets on. We passed police and everything. So in a safe zone, was going through lights to get her there as quickly as possible. Pulled up to the emergency room. We saw 2 nurses. Under assumption they are waiting on us. I get out the car, open the door for her, go up to the door. When she realized my vehicle wasn't an ambulance, she told me that space was for ambulance only. So we could hear my daughter in the car, and I said my daughter's in active labor. Her labor is now 2 minutes apart. Her contractions, her water bag already broke. her water broke, and she continued to direct me to the front of the hospital. She then walked away from me and went back into the building. So I had to get back in my car, drive my daughter to the front, which if you know how that hospital is set up, you don't go in front of a door. It's off on the side. So my daughter can't walk. She has no control of her body at this point. I had to leave her, run into the building, and ask for assistance. I was told that there should be a wheelchair outside with the vending machines. When I advised them that there was no wheelchair out there, one of the ladies got up, she went to the back, she brought a wheelchair out to the side door where they normally would let patients in. And she said, "Here you go, ma'am." I said, "I need assistance with getting her. Are you not gonna help me?" And she politely said no and closed the door. So that was a security guard that was walking in or already there. I'm not sure. He walked up to me. He said, "I got you. I can help you." So we ran out to get my daughter. When we opened the door, she was on all fours and she was screaming. And I told her, take a breath. Once we got her situated, got her in the chair, he took her in. I parked my vehicle, and once I ran into the vehicle, I see her parked on the side, isolated, alone, in pain, by herself, people behind the desk working as normal, as they didn't hear her. I walked up to them and I was like, "What are we doing?" "She's in active labor. She is about to have that baby." And they said, "We need the paperwork." I said, "What paperwork?" "She has it." And I look over there, she literally had the paper in her hand, arched like a cat, screaming. And I grabbed the paperwork. It was like 6 to 8 pieces of paper, disclosure clauses. And I'm like, "Are you really wanting us to get this?" And she's in labor. And that lady looked at me and she said, "The quicker you sign, the quicker we can get her in the bag." I had her scribble something. I gave them the papers. I said, "Here's your papers." Once she got the papers, she walked around and the nurse that was on camera opened the door and she stood there. And she was looking and I was like, "Can I get some help?" And she just stood there and she wasn't even looking at us. She walked back in, she left the door open and she walked back in the room. So when we pushed her into the room, she's still arching and she was like, "My baby, is here." And I was like, "Why are we not going to labor and delivery?" I walked out of the room and the nurse that met me at the back door was up at front. I was talking to the registers and they was telling her, "Hey, she's in active labor." That nurse told the registers, "We need the paperwork," and she walked off. At this point, I pulled out my camera.
When's your due date?
Right now.
Is your due date 11?
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3.
This is your 3rd pregnancy?
Yes.
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in my.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Beverly, this is the first patient for you. Last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due date is the 10th.
I think her due date is the 10th.
She had 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
2 unfortunately 2 father
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your should have changed doctors.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they treat people here.
Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
are you able to call the anesthesiologist?
Someone is coming to take you to labor and delivery.
That's not what I asked.
I cannot, no.
Oh, damn. Thank you.
They had another young lady at the window. She said she is about to start recording. She said, let her. It is what it is. So I walked back in the room and this woman was typing. My daughter still screaming in pain. I can feel. And I'm like, are we going? I pulled on the door that goes into the hospital. It was locked. So the door to get her help was locked. The door to exit the building was open. And I was trying to get her to move along. She just kept with her questions. How many pregnancies do you have? She asked her that question maybe 4 times. My daughter answered it 4 times. How many children do you have at home? She just kept going with these generic questions and just dragging it out. And at that point, I'm looking at her, I'm looking at my daughter. And I asked the question, is this how you treat all of your patients or just the black ones? No response, kept with her questions. And I looked at my child, who was, at this point, she was just weakened. She had no power, no control over her body, her words. She was trembling. And I'm looking at this woman that don't look like us, that had no emotions, no compassion. She wouldn't look at her, she wouldn't help her. My daughter was asking, can you get anesthesia for me? Can you get, and that was nothing. We had a person of power that did not use their power for good or to help, but to take the easy way out and just be easy. It was all about the paperwork. It wasn't about my daughter, her pain, what she was going through, and worst of all, my grandson who had no voice. He wasn't even considered. They totally ignored everything that was going on in that room until she felt like she was satisfied with the information she got. And then she made the call. And the call was very casual. It wasn't no sense of urgency. I have a young lady, she's here, and just, you know, she got, I don't know how many kids or pregnancies, and we looking at her like, and I started repeating. She has 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. Her doctor is, and that's when they came down to get her. 4 minutes later, we had a baby. 4 minutes of leaving that room, getting to the delivery room, he was born.
And this was Monday night at
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
So this was Monday night at 11. You got to the hospital.
We got there at 11:50, and we was not transported to labor and delivery until 12:20, 12:25, 12:29. Yeah.
And then by 12:35, he was here. So
he was actually here. He was crowned. When they got her to the bed, I was in the room with them. When they tried to lift her to get on the bed and put her feet up, they was like, okay, we're gonna help you. Let's get these clothes off you. Let's see where you at. As soon as they pulled a shorts off, one of the nurses, she just froze. She looked at the other nurse. She looked over, I looked over, and at this point, she grabbed his head that filled her hand. He was not crowning, he was birthing. And she begged my daughter not to move. She said, I need you to not move. And she had her hand in her bag, and her hand on his head. And I had my daughter's hands, and I was talking to her, and she said, you got one push, hard as you can. And that's what she did. He came out. Eyes was wide open. When he came, his whole face came out. He was looking at the world. And that was complete silence before she got him to respond and react, and we got to cry.
And talk to me about that too, because you even mentioned he had a bowel movement during that time. Tell me about that and what you all saw even with the sac.
Well, when she had his head, it was a lot of green fluid, and they were saying, okay, her fluids is green, that's not good. And then when he pushed, it just gushed out, and the nurse yelled, baby had a bowel movement. That's how we knew what it was. And once he got out, they, start spraying stuff in his face and wiping his face, cleaning his face and sucking out his mouth. And they was like, okay, they was like, we're gonna be okay, we're gonna be okay. And so they was getting towels, anything they can get, and just kind of putting it under her, pulling him, wrapping him. And they was talking to her at this point, the nurse who had the baby. She passed the baby off, and she was talking to her, just trying to get her to calm down, ease, and she was just trying to comfort her at that point.
And because of that, did she still have bowel in her, or they had to get it all? Were they able to get it all out, or?
Well, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
What they did, they put a pan under her, and they was pretty much trying to get her to drain, and they didn't want to put any pressure on her stomach. They just allow her to drain. That was the longest process I ever seen. The doctor came in, they cleaned the baby up, wrapped him up, put him in my hands, and they were still trying to get her where they needed her. Once the doctor got there, he put on gloves. He was looking and making sure she was good, and asking her questions about how she felt at the time, any pressure, any pains, and, you know, other than the regular, ordinary that she would feel after a baby. And so they drained her maybe twice. They had a pan under her that they dumped twice and put back before they start emptying out her womb.
And are they, because of everything, are they having to monitor? She has to go back to, both have to go back to get checked, and is everything?
Yes, the baby went back 48 hours.
Okay.
So she set up another doctor's appointment for him for 2 weeks. And she haven't had her post-ops yet. But her doctor have called, the office called, and they set up, and I'm not sure what day that is.
Has the doctor said anything about the treatment and what happened?
Nope.
And nobody has said anything. The hospital hasn't reached out.
Nope.
And I know she has 2 other children. And talk to me about what kicked in, how she knew that she couldn't sit anymore.
So we have in the past, because both of her children was induced. This baby previously was supposed to be induced, but he came on his own. But we have always looked at different birthing techniques, and we also always look at different breeding techniques and how to know where the baby is in the body and position yourself in a way where you can have a smooth delivery that works for you. So she knew that pressure went from her back to her front, and she was like, okay, and so she just started arching up because she knew that he was coming, and she was communicating that with everybody who were listening, and I was the only one listening. So that's why she kept turning around, getting in a fetus situation, because she knew her baby was there. And even when they said, okay, sit up, when the guy came to get her, sit up, and she was like, no, she was still arched. Her body was raised up because she was so uncomfortable. She knew that it didn't feel right, and she would not sit down. And when I saw him, it was by the grace of God that she, as a mother, followed her instincts, because if she'd have sat on him, we would be having a different conversation, because he wasn't crowning at this point. He was out.
And you talked about her having the motherly instinct just to know and to protect her baby. I want to talk about your motherly instinct, because you took out the phone and started recording. So what made you want to do that? What was it that told you, I need to record this?
Because these are stories we hear and we read all the time. We know they're happening, but they don't hear us. And when I say us, it happened to everybody. And don't get me wrong, this is not black against white. This is a system issue. That hospital, that's culture. The way they treated us from the time we walked in, that's the norm. That's their norm. And I told my daughter, I was like, this is the norm. They don't care about people here. But I knew I had to pull out my camera, because when I speak, me as a black woman, I'm not heard. Because if I get angry, I'm going off. If I ask questions, I'm pushing the issue. I'm not valid. My words mean nothing. They will hear me, but they're not listening to me. So I knew I had to record the incidents that was going on, because you cannot argue with facts. And we have to use facts. We have to use video just so our voices can be heard. Because we could have told anybody this story, and it would just been our experience from our point of view. But because I had film and I showed the world what we went through, what my daughter went through, what my grandson went through just to get here. It was the video that they believed. It wouldn't have been me. It wouldn't have been her. That's why I recorded.
And even as a mom, watching your daughter just go endure that, not having that nurse, talk and react the way she did, but then also just seeing your daughter in pain. Like, what's going through your mind? What are you feeling?
Helpless. Because I couldn't do anything for her. And we had a person that was a nurse that did nothing for her. I felt powerless. And the only choice we had was to deal with it or try and get her somewhere else. And with the timing that we had, that wasn't even an option. So I had to rethink what I was gonna do and how I was gonna do it, because the worst thing that could have happened is I got put out of the hospital for being aggressive or being overly protective and being seen as, rude, aggressive, or even a threat to them, and leave her by herself to defend for herself. That's why I videoed it. And I had to put all my feelings and how I wanted to react. That had to go on ice.
When you think about that and the fact that, this happens a lot. As you said, you know countless times where this has happened. What message would you like to send to other, and not even just mothers, but just other people, when they go through these experiences about advocating for yourself?
We're all not gonna have the ability to film, but as a whole, we have to do something about the medical system, period. This is our medical system. This is the corporate. It was very clear that it wasn't about the patient, it was about the paperwork. It was about them getting a signature and getting paid. Not about the welfare of my daughter, my grandson, or anyone else. I was in the emergency room. And it was paperwork over life. Our medical system needs to change. This is a fight everywhere.
And was this her first time at this hospital?
Yes.
Okay, first time. Okay.
And the last.
Yeah, first and last. And had you heard when you heard about that hospital later on, started hearing more stuff from other people?
I heard before.
Okay.
When we was told that we was delivering at the hospital, we got jitters because, again, anyone concerns turns to complaints. They are not heard. And they have grown. I mean, the reputation, it's just, I don't know, I didn't like it. And I was like, no, we're not delivering there. And it was like, well, we have to, our doctor there, and change your doctor. But because they advocate for him, and they told him their concerns, they felt comfortable because he was their doctor, that it was going to be okay. wasn't okay.
What would you like to see the hospital do?
They need to get people in there who really care about people. They need to change the way they look at, view others, they pain, because they ignore my daughter's pain. They felt like she was making it up. I saw how they looked at her, and this is not just the woman on camera. This is the woman at the ER, the women behind the glass. They all looked at her like she was overrated, and they pushed her to the side, and there was no urgency to take care of her. And when I saw that, that's the change. They need to treat everybody with a sense of urgency. And whatever that may look like, then they need to fix it. Her paperwork could have been bedside manner. The questions they was asking was not life or death questions. Had nothing to do with the life that she was bringing in the world. So, yeah.
And what's next for you all? Have you all thought about anything that's next, of any steps or actions you plan on taking?
We're just taking it one day at a time. You know, she sits and watches her son, and she would cry because if she moved the wrong way, he would not be here today. So she is dealing with this completely in her own way. So we just enjoying him and just day by day, and just being grateful.
Grateful that they're both here and they're both okay. Is there anything I might have missed that you want to add, or anything you want people to know?
So we thought about the nurse and why she considered doing what she did the way she did. And even if we gave her the benefit of the doubt, even if we gave her that benefit of the doubt and she was just following orders, she was in a position where she had a choice to do what was right or do what was easy. And she chose easy. So I try to stay away from social media, but I have no compassion at this point because I was there. And she had none for us. And I just think it was a crime. It was disgusting. And the whole hospital and they medical act, all of it is an act of, it's abomination. So.
And they haven't reached out at all.
They haven't reached out.
Okay.
And even when she tried to call and do a formal complaint above to the upper management and supervisors, they just take her name and tell her, okay, that person's not available, and they'll get back with you.
And that's why you put out the video.
And that's why I put out the video, because after 2 days, they never got back with us.